Aloha, big dreamers. Katie Rhines, your plant-based registered dietitian, is here in Hawaii with my good friend Gitas.
Hi guys, my name is Gitas.
um, Gitas is he's an athlete. You're like a triathlete now, training for a triathlon, and you've been vegan for 6+ years.
6+ years.
Cool.
Represent.
So it's amazing, and I feel like a lot of people come with me with questions as far as like, can we be vegan and thrive and really perform well on a plant-based diet? And in this video, we're going to be going over a little bit about Gitas, what he eats, and some reasons and some ways like a vegan diet is actually even more beneficial than a standard American diet, or yeah, including animal products. And we're even diving into some raw benefits as well.
Yeah, so I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you my story and how I became an endurance athlete. So the thing is, I didn't become an endurance athlete ever on a standard American diet. I did some sports growing up, and I did some skateboarding, but I was never able to test a standard American diet as an endurance athlete and on a vegan diet being an endurance athlete, because I became an endurance athlete about 2 years into my vegan journey. And I mean that speaks for it in itself that I had so much energy on this lifestyle. I was at the time eating a lot of carbohydrates. The person I was following kind of recommended eating more than you should, a little bit past your satiation.
Yeah, I would
So
just want to say that like it's kind of a interesting balance, like what you're talking about, because it's true. Sometimes people, when they go vegan, they don't eat enough because the portions of like calories are a lot different. Going to plant-based foods are a lot less calories than like
for sure,
animal-based foods that have a lot of protein and a lot of fat in them.
for sure.
So it is like a little bit of finesse with your portion control and feeling intuitive. And I think there's a big community of people who say to go against your intuition and to really like shove in the food, especially if you're an athlete, which isn't necessarily the best advice.
Right, right. Yeah, so I was at times overeating on carbohydrate-rich foods like fruits and starches, and I put on a bit of weight. You still put on weight, eating an excess amount of calories, but my energy levels were off the charts. Like I wanted to get up and move, so I kind of became an endurance athlete eating a vegan diet. So not only is it beneficial for performance, but it got me to become an endurance athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
That's really, really cool. And let's just talk for a second about like staying hydrated and like
Yes.
what you eat pre and post workout really quick.
Yeah. So staying hydrated, I like to drink a liter of water as soon as I wake up. And then typical morning, I'd go out for a 1 hour run and I would bring no water. So the liter of water kind of takes care of that. And then after I get back, knock another liter of water, and then I'll be ready for my meals. Of course, that water might be adjusted if you're living in a colder climate. I live in Hawaii, sometimes at midday it'll go up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's hot, and my sweat rate is quite high, so I have to drink that much water.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what I eat, the way I feel for my runs is, I'll actually go into a run fasted, unless I had a really light dinner. I would maybe have a little bit of fruit before I go for my run. But if I had a nice solid dinner, just for an hour run, I'll go in there with an empty stomach, not even eat during the run. And then after my liter of water and let that flush through my system, then I'll have like a big giant smoothie or, a meal of fruit that's about 1,000 calories. The only time I'll fuel or drink during my runs, if my runs are over an hour and a half or 2 hours, then I'll start going into drinking about 16 to 32 ounces of water per hour, or I'd be eating around 200 calories per hour coming from carbohydrate-rich foods. If I was running, if I was doing a long run or a long ride, like over 2 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like definitely staying hydrated, also getting in electrolytes, maybe like I know you had coconut water and even like lemon water and
Yeah,
something like
the
that.
truth is I haven't experimented too much with electrolytes. Um, there's a lot of hype on around it in the endurance sport community, but
Yeah, people
I've
are really
never.
seem to be really concerned about it and drinking a
Yeah,
lot of like Gatorade and stuff and thinking that's like a healthy option. But I feel like it's like melons and oranges and papayas, like fruit has a lot of really beneficial electrolytes, which
certainly.
I really want to like inquire further about your raw journey here. So
Yeah.
Gitas is eating like a mostly raw right now.
Yeah, right now I'm eating about 99% raw, I would say. I am flexible because sometimes on my long runs I'll have to resort to some cooked fruits, some gels, or some granola bars.
Mm.
Lara bars, I love Lara bars during my long runs.
And just to like clarify, so a raw plant-based diet means like you're eating a lot of fruits, like a lot of like it's not cooked.
Yeah, there's different types of raw food diets. The one I eat is a fruit based one.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that are high fat out there. Maybe there's some that are macrobiotic or microbiotic or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
different kind of raw food diets, and
Or like micro
yeah, I
plant-based.
started eating a fruit based diet. I've experimented with eating a fruit based diet many times during my vegan journey. I've been part of the raw vegan community for about like 5 years now. I've been going like fruit festivals every single year, and I know about the lifestyle. But I've always stuck to raw tofu for about 4 years, and I just started. I experimented with raw veganism again after about like 4 years of not experimenting with it. And I was running at the time, and I was just like, I was beating up my joints. There was a lot of impact I was taking, and I wanted to recover quick enough because I wasn't able to go out and run as much as I'd like because I was just constantly sore. So I thought, eating 100% raw, I've noticed, some benefits in recovery from it. So I was just like, I'll try it again. And what I noticed is, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I noticed that my energy levels kind of stayed the same. My recovery level wasn't that amazing, but now, like doing this for eating this way now consistently for about 45 days, I am noticing like, holy crap, like I'm going from like 10 miles a week to now 60 miles a week. I'm
Whoa.
sometimes getting close to injury because I am pushing it quite quickly. Um, but like, a day, like 1 or 2 days later, like that little niggle I felt in my foot or my knee, just like gone. So it is helping with recovery benefits, and the number one benefit I found
Mm-hmm.
that's obvious and clear is the weight loss. I literally dropped 15 pounds because I've noticed that I was overeating on cooked food. Again, like the person who I was influenced by recommended overeating, so I was always overeating on cooked food, and raw foods kind of taught me of when to eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full.
Mm-hmm. It really helps with
So I
your like intuition.
so I lost like 15 pounds, and that's the main benefit I got is because I was just started running and cycling faster because less weight to carry from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That actually reminds me, like I used to run track and cross country in high school, and when I stopped drinking dairy, I was so easier for me to breathe.
Hmm.
So like things like that, like it's makes sense that it's really beneficial to eat foods that are very anti-inflammatory, and that can really boost your immune system and help with recovery. So if you
Certainly,
really want to peak out on your like
peak on your endurance
performance in your
performance. Yeah.
yeah, and even if it's like it doesn't have to be endurance, like with any kind of performance or just in your health in general,
Yeah.
to eat more like fresh.
Right.
Adaptation response. We saw that berries could reduce inflammatory muscle damage, and greens could reduce the free radical DNA damage. Dark chocolate and tomato juice may have similar effects. The flavonoid phytonutrients in fruits, vegetables, and beans appear to inhibit the activity of xanthine oxidase, considered the main contributor of free radicals during exercise. And that carbs in plant foods may decrease stress hormone levels. So in 1999, a theoretical concern was raised. Maybe all that free radical stress from exercise is a good thing, and increased consumption of some antioxidant nutrients might interfere with these necessary adaptive processes. So, if you decrease the free radical tissue damage, maybe you don't get that increase in activity of those antioxidant enzymes. The Cherry researchers responded, look, although it's likely that muscle damage, inflammation, and oxidative stress are important factors in the adaptation process, minimizing these factors may improve recovery so you can train more and perform better. So there's kind of theories on both sides. But what happens when you actually put it to the test? What does the data show? While antioxidant or anti-inflammatory supplements may prevent these adaptive events, researchers found that a berry extract, black currant in this study, although packed with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, actually boosted the health effects of regular exercise even further. But you take antioxidant pills, vitamin C and vitamin E supplements, you can actually reduce the stress levels induced by exercise, but in doing so, you can block that boost in antioxidant enzyme activity caused by exercise. Now, maybe you don't need that boost if you don't have as much damage, but vitamin C supplements may impair physical performance in the first place. Whereas with plant foods, you appear to get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I don't think that you necessarily need to go 100% raw or anything like that to see any kind of benefit. But definitely making sure that you're set, checking off the boxes, getting in your omega-3s, getting in your healthy fats too. You said you eat a couple avocados a night.
Yeah, I eat 2 avocados at night, maybe
with
a head
a
of
giant
lettuce,
salad. Yeah.
head of lettuce, some cucumbers.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll munch on some nuts and seeds, and that usually does it for me.
Yeah, and getting in a ton of nutrients from a variety of colors,
Right.
and really getting in those potent medicinal plants.
Yeah.
Super cool. So how far have you been running?
Like during a day or what?
Yeah. What are you training for?
What's my longest run?
Yeah, what
am I training for?
Yeah.
I'm training for a marathon on March 18th. It's about a month from now, and I've been. I started out with 4 weeks of base training, which was about 40 to 60 miles a week of just aerobic running. Aerobic running would be the pace of somewhere where you can hold a conversation, kind of like the run me and Katie did. It might be a little bit faster than that.
We just did a chill 6-mile run earlier.
Yeah, and it's we can hold a conversation and we're just having fun. So I built a nice strong foundation. I got my body more prone to putting in mileage like that. Took a recovery week, and now I'm in a specific training phase where I'm doing long runs. I'm doing tempo workouts sprints, all kinds of mixed paces and mixed speeds,
And Gitas does take clients if you're looking to really improve your performance on a plant-based diet. Gitas is your man.
I've been around for a while. I've been vegan for 6 years, an endurance athlete for 5, and I got a few clients right now, and I like to prescribe them weekly training plans that are completely tailored to their goals, whether they're cyclists or just older moms that just want to get into the gym and lift weights or do some cardio, and also offer monthly Skype consultations and just try to keep them motivated and accountable.
Cool. And are you training for a triathlon?
Yeah, so I kind of hyped it
goal.
up,
Yeah,
I hyped it up. I'm gonna do an Ironman. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do an Ironman, but it's a long-term goal. Cool. I feel like my first triathlon will be June 2019.
Okay, cool.
But this marathon training kind of ties into the triathlon.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm a pure cyclist, and it's I need to focus on these 2 other sports.
Cool. Awesome. So really there's nothing missing. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics says that everybody, no matter what stage of the life cycle, a plant-based diet is not only adequate but beneficial. You're going to be reversing and preventing all kinds of chronic diseases and helping your body feel hydrated and fresh and excited to get moving and become an athlete. You never know.
She said it, homie.
Yeah, from your dietitian with a master's in human nutrition. Please reach out to me with your questions, concerns, comments. I also take clients. I help people prevent and reverse disease and help you feel amazing with wherever you're at right now. We same kind of thing. We'll work on your goals together.
Heck yeah.
So leave me your comments below. I'll put links to Gitas at I Love the Climb on Instagram.
Email me. I love the climb.
I'll put the links below.
lovetheclimbcoaching@gmail.com.
Okay. I'll put all the links below. I hope this video helped you, help inspire you to be really confident in your plant-based diet and get you moving and grooving.
Get it, guys.
Right. Peace.